Hi everyone, I'm Darren here. Today I would like to talk about the Zen master Hui Zong Gao and the methods that he shared back then in ancient China Song dynasty. Okay, so this master Hui, he is a Zen master of Rinzai school. He's not the founder, but he's the one that successfully promoted this Rinzai school of Zen. We're talking about Zen. Um, there's a saying that say Zen is a method of bird path, 鸟道. It's like a bird flying across the sky, and a bird will leave no trace. So this is Zen, like a bird path. It's not concrete like yoga. Yoga is quite physical. And it's not like anapanasati, counting your breath in, breath out. It's not like the Sufi dervish dance, whirling dance. Or it's neither like the Taoist way of meditation where you can feel the flowing of qi around your body. It's not like that. Okay, it's very abstract. But then, from the Zen scriptures of Hui Zong Gao, I found some records of Hua Tou. So from this part of these scriptures, we can see the outlines, we can see the silhouette of this Zen direction. So this Hua Tou method is not like koan method. Zen koan is different. Zen koan is, for example, the Zen master will ask you some questions. So you contemplate on it. For example, certain Zen master, they like to ask, now you are conscious, yes, I know, but where are you when you are sleeping at night and you are in that dreamless state? Where are you now? Where's your consciousness? Okay, so this is koan methods. But today we talk about Hua Tou methods. Hua Tou method, let's see the definition of Hua Tou. Hua means words, Tou means head. Hua Tou means the head of all words, the head or the origin of all thoughts or words. It's something like the state before arising of thoughts. There's a saying that says, 知道无难，言端语端, which means the ultimate truth, the ultimate reality is not so hard. It's all about the state prior to words, prior to thoughts. For example, let's say there's a thought. I'm going to market tomorrow to get something. So this is a thought. So before arising of these thoughts, this sentence in your mind, I'm going to market tomorrow. So what is the state before this arising of these thoughts? This is Hua Tou. So those Zen practitioners, they put their effort in this state. Well, secondly, Zen Master Hui has the second way of putting it. He say, arise in you a great emptiness in your consciousness. Okay, arise in your consciousness a great emptiness that is like a blazing flame. This is the word that he liked to use, blazing flame. It's like a blazing flame. It burns so thoroughly, it burns so fiercely that no insects can even get near. 如大火聚，不容蚊蚋蝼蚁所泊. It burns so thoroughly that all the butterflies, flies, cockroaches, mosquitoes, they can't even get near. What does it mean? It means The emptiness is so big and so great that all the emotions, all your feelings, all your thoughts are burned down into ashes, at least for time being. So this is the simile of blazing flame. And he got a third way to put it. He said, okay, you are very smart, you have a very strong analytical power, you have this very good comprehending power, your IQ, your intelligence very high. Yes, I give you that. But now, put all this aside, okay? Put all your IQ, put all your smartness, all put them aside, and then try to find a tasteless part in your consciousness. 无滋味处, which means the tastelessness. Go and find the tastelessness. There's a part in your consciousness which you can't understand, you can't define, you can't label, you can't describe it. This is the tastelessness part in your consciousness. Okay? So, when you find this tastelessness in your consciousness, then dive into it. Okay? Dive into it. Whatever is there, don't define it, don't label it. For example, when you are meditating, bliss come out, you feel like ecstasy, or you feel blessed. So all this you already label. Oh, this is black, this is quietness, this is monkey mind. This you already label. But all this, no. What Da Hui say is, you find the tastelessness that you can't describe, can't define, can't label, you can't understand. Dive into this. And he always like to use a word. He say, 熟处转生，生处转熟, which means the part which you are unfamiliar with in your mind, in your consciousness, you try to get familiar with it. Okay, so you try to get familiar with the unfamiliar part of your consciousness. What are we usually familiar with? We're familiar with thoughts, we're familiar with feelings, emotion, but other than that, there's another space there. Okay, vast space. So we try to explore more of that state that you are not familiar with. So this is a three way of putting it, Hua Tou. But some people, they find it, well, this method is too abstract, you can't even catch it. But it's okay, you can start with the gap between thoughts. Okay, gap between thoughts means in Mandarin they call it 三拓即空. Okay, 三拓即空 means there's a thoughts here, thoughts A will be over and will be followed by thoughts B. But when thoughts B has yet to come, there's a space, there's a gap in between. So we also can dive inside this gap between two thoughts. Okay, thoughts A, finish, thought B, yet to come, and that gap, we dive inside this gap between two thoughts. This is something like Hua Tou. Okay, so let me sum up this Hua Tou. How he put it, first, it's Hua Tou means the state that before arising of thoughts, Hua Tou. Second way of putting it, blazing flame, arise in you, a blazing flame in your consciousness that burns down everything into ashes, burns all the emotion, thoughts, feelings, all you burn down into ashes. And then the third way, he say, find the tastelessness in your being, there's a tastelessness part in your being. You try to get familiar with it. Okay, actually, all these three instruction, all these three clues, is referring one. Okay, is referring the same state. Okay, so this is the Hua Tou methods. There are some words I extracted from the Zen book. I will write down below so you can refer to all these scriptures reference. I try my best to translate them. Okay, so see you in next video. Thank you.